in this room than anywhere else.
It's on your radio right now.
Do you know how to pop that coochie for a Greene?
There you go.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show.
Got the cameras, I'm about to
Greene, what kind of show is this? My son listens to this show.
The Breakfast Club.
with DJ Envy, the captain of this bitch.
With Angela Yee, the only one who can keep these guys in check.
Charlamagne the God.
I'm a lovable asshole. And this is the
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Yes.
First of the month. What's happening?
Wednesday, hump day. Good morning to you.
Hope you got your money for your rent and your mortgage and your, light bill and your gas bill and everything else.
Phone bill.
It's that time.
That's right. It's that time. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday.
Hey.
Shout out to all my Virgos out there. It's Virgo season. September 1st is the month. My birthday is what, in 2 days?
September 3rd.
September 3rd.
Your born day. My brother Wax's born day. Paige. Who else in my life?
Malcolm Gladwell.
Malcolm Gladwell. Danny
August
Harris.
Alsina.
I read a lot of Malcolm
August
Gladwell.
Alsina.
Yeah. My homegirl Shelby.
Low key,
yeah.
A lot of people
A
September 3rd.
lot of 9 threes. 9 threes, 9 threes.
Yes.
How y'all feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I got my family's back home. They were stuck in Mexico for like 3-4 days because
That's
of the
beautiful.
storm. But they back home safely, so I'm happy and excited about that.
That's
Were you
beautiful.
scared in the house alone?
No, he's not alone. He's scared in the house with little Logan. All right, the man of the house. Okay, he's scared little Logan gonna try him.
Yeah, Logan. It was me and Logan. Logan didn't go because he had games. He had his first varsity football game. when he
Logan's
started.
probably
He did
like,
his thing.
man, why I gotta be here with my dad?
I did lock the door though, just in case. I locked the
I
door.
know you scared of Logan. You ain't gotta tell me. You scared. You like, man, when is this the day I'm gonna have to show my son I still got it, and then realize I don't have it no
Right.
more.
He's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. I definitely keep the baseball bat on the side
You
of the
got
bed just in case.
right in the shin. Bam!
Right. It's right.
Right in the
He
shin.
might eat that because he played football.
Nah, not that shin shot. See, that's them tricks them youngins don't know.
The shin shot?
That shin shot will take him down.
All right.
Shin shot will bring water to his eyes. Then you can put him in a headlock. And
Just hold him.
that's all.
Only got
And
about
talk
30
to
seconds.
him.
Yeah,
I
talk to
brought
him.
you into this world, and I'll take you out. Okay? All right?
My goodness. All right. Who we got joining us this morning?
I
Why
don't
is
know.
everybody looking at
We
me?
got somebody here this morning?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Speedy.
man, my guy Speedy, man.
From the
Salute to-
Hype.
That's right.
And Complex.
That's right. My man Speedy. Speedy is a great young media personality out here in these streets, man. I like Speedy a lot. He's on the HBO Max show. What's it called?
The Hype.
The Hype. With Offset. But I'm sure you've seen his interviews on Complex with Barack Obama and numerous other people. So
Kobe
Speedy,
Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, yeah, God bless the dead. He did interview Kobe. So Speedy will be here this morning.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What we talking about?
Well, let's talk about this COVID vaccine. It says that a lot more people are getting vaccinated after full FDA approval. And then we'll also tell you what is on the list of places where they're saying that it's a very high COVID travel risk, because it is a holiday coming up. So I know people are planning to go places, so I'll tell you where you should stay away from.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Get them crossing the line today.
Hey, Charlamagne. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in sports, quickly, New England Patriots release Cam Newton. Mac Jones is going to be the starter.
Is it true that they released him? Well, I saw this on the internet, so take this with a grain of salt.
What's that?
Is it true they released him because he wouldn't get the COVID shot?
I'm not sure.
Probably that's the internet rumor.
I thought he had a good couple of games, last couple of games. I'm not sure.
That man might be fully vaccinated for all I know. I'm reading the damn internet.
Now, also, Ben Simmons, he's telling 76ers he wants out of Philly.
The audacity of that man.
Why?
The unmitigated gall for him to ask for a release.
What? He wants out.
As much as they was begging, they was trying to push you out of Philadelphia, and it seemed like the Sixers organization wasn't willing to do that, and now you're going to ask for a release? Man, you better get off social media and get in the gym and practice your jump shot and be back
That's
in
what
Philly
he
next
needs to
year.
do. I feel bad for him, though, because whatever team he goes to, they just going to be talking about him, the fact that he can't shoot a jump shot.
I think he's listening to social media and listening to the media in general.
Yeah, but
unless he knows something we don't know.
That's
But it
true.
seemed like the Sixers have been standing by him for the most part.
Yes, and if they are, stay. That's your team. They're riding with you.
Yep.
Well, All right, what else we got, you?
All right, so a lot of Americans were persuaded to get their first shot of the vaccine after the FDA fully approved the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine, according to new data. They said from the last 7 days, there's been an uptick in the average number of Americans getting their first dose of the vaccine. They said there was a 17% increase in the number of Americans getting vaccinated with their first dose.
Well, I mean, that common sense would have told you that was going to happen.
Well, yeah, they expected it. They said, as expected, full approval was enough to convince at least some to finally get immunized.
And when Moderna finally gets FDA approved, it's going to go up even more because they say Moderna is a better, it gives you better protection against the Delta variant.
Right.
All right, now the CDC...
one question, right? Mm-hmm. Now, shout to the God, Lil Duval. Lil Duval posted that the FDA approved cigarettes. Is that true?
That is not true.
Okay.
You know, it's so funny. I actually read. I was reading a real. What was this article from? I was reading an article with No. I was reading an article in a legit news source the other day, and they quoted Lil Duval about that. I gotta find it. What was that article I was reading? I'll find it.
Well, the CDC has also added 7 destinations to very high COVID-19 travel risk list. And so among those places are Puerto Rico and Switzerland. St. Lucia's on that list, also Guam. So the list of travel notices ranges from level 1 to level 4, which is very high. Just a FYI, if you guys are planning to go anywhere. All right, now let's talk about this Texas 6-week abortion ban that has taken place overnight. This law is one of the nation's most restrictive. It bans nearly all abortions because by 6 weeks, a lot of people don't even know they're pregnant. So that's going to affect about 85% to 90% of people who obtain abortions in that state. Most of them are at least 6 weeks into their pregnancy. Unlike other abortion restrictions, this law also authorizes private citizens to bring civil suits against abortion providers and anybody who facilitates an abortion in violation of the ban. So if your friend is driving you to go get an abortion, they can be charged. They can be charged.
This has to be unconstitutional on a local and federal level, right? There's no way this can be right.
I mean,
doesn't seem right at all.
It's a very controversial Texas law.
You think?
Yeah.
6 weeks?
It's ridiculous. And so ACLU has tweeted about it. They said, breaking, the Supreme Court has not responded to our emergency request to block Texas's radical new 6-week abortion ban. The law now takes effect. Access to almost all abortion has just been cut off for millions of people. The impact will be immediate and devastating. And they said the result is many Texans will be forced to carry pregnancies against their will. Private individuals, including anti-abortion activists with no connection to patients, can now sue anyone who they believe is providing abortion or assisting someone in accessing abortion after 6 weeks. This could include healthcare workers, clergy, rideshare drivers. The law doesn't just allow these lawsuits, it actively encourages private individuals to act as bounty hunters by awarding them at least $10,000 if they are successful. They said this is a racial and economic justice catastrophe. And it's a full-scale assault on patients, our healthcare providers, and our support systems. This abortion ban is blatantly unconstitutional. We won't stop fighting until it's blocked. And if you're pregnant, they said there is a network of abortion funds and support networks that will do everything in their power to help you get the info and care you need. You can go to needabortion.org to find out more.
Man, protect yourself in Texas. You got to wear condoms. You know, make sure you're on your birth control. Plan B, no sex with no randoms. You can't shoot no clubs up in Texas.
I mean, people who have money and access will be able to just leave the state.
Yeah, leave the state and go somewhere else.
But if you don't have the means to be able to do that, then you'll be forced to carry out your pregnancy. But people who are privileged will say, all right, well, let me just go to another state and do it.
You got to have a better pull-out game than Biden had in Afghanistan and Texas. Lord have mercy.
That is your front page news.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Let's go. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're man or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Alfred from Texas.
Alfred from Texas. What up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Yo, last week we all started school back up. And we're back on campus, full 100% capacity. Last year it was sucky because we're online, 50%, in classrooms. But now that we're all back, I just want to give positive energy to everybody who's back on campus, back in school. Hope everyone has a safe and good school year. And And to your son Logan, man, he's gonna be balling this year.
Yeah, no, he balling now, man. I'm proud of him, man. I'm really, really proud of him. Yeah, but and shout out to all the college students. I had to do a bunch of college events. I went to Clark University, Queens College, and I'm glad to see students back on campus because I know it was tough that a lot of students were freshmen last year, and imagine spending your freshman year online, not meeting people and not going out and all that other stuff. So I'm glad they getting back to classes.
Oh yeah, and even the seniors in high school, they didn't enjoy that either. So.
Right.
Right.
Hey, what's the vaccination rules on your campus? Y'all all vaccinated?
You can be, but I guess they recommend it, but it's all up to you.
It's not mandatory.
If you're not, you gotta wear. Yeah, it's not mandatory. You gotta wear your mask if you're not. But I'm fully vaccinated, but I'm still wearing that.
Got you.
All right. Well, have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Who's this?
What up, man? It's Tony.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Peace.
Get off your chest, Tony.
You high as hell. You high as hell this morning.
On Crib, I'm high as hell.
I know. What's happening though?
Charlamagne the girl.
Yes, ma'am. Should I say sir?
You got a fat nose.
You high.
Thank you.
Hey, DJ Envy.
Yes.
Oh, God, you like an albino chicken nugget.
I like that.
Hey, for real though, tell all the fine shorties, add me on Facebook, 60 Stoney and N8 Stoney.
You ain't trying to holler at Yee right now?
You said what, cuz?
You ain't trying to holler at Yee?
Oh, you with him?
Yee fine as hell, but she don't like girls though.
Oh.
There you go. Well, thank you.
I ain't got to talk to you. You ain't talking about nothing.
She ain't even wasting her time.
All right.
She ain't even wasting your
All
time.
right, thank you. Hi, Tony.
Hey, free young boy too. On game.
I don't know anything about this situation to say if that can be confirmed or
big
not.
ass nose.
Don't speak on that.
I love having a big nose.
All
I'm
right,
black.
free young boy. I'm with you.
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
free young boy. Yeah, on game.
You know young boy?
Nah,
Oh, okay. You just like it. You just like his music.
yeah, I'm from down south. Free all the rappers from down south, man.
All of them?
Well, salute
Every
the young
single
boy.
one?
You sending young boy healing energy.
Unless they did something to kids. You did something to kids, stay in jail. But everybody
Okay.
else free.
All right.
Well, salute the young boy. We
Thank you,
sending
Tony.
we sending young boy healing energy.
Yeah, healing energy. And heal me too.
Yeah, I'm sending you healing energy too, Tony. Not on the gang though, just to you.
On that died, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, everybody. You did.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir. Man. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Ugly ass boy.
Ugly ass boy.
Ugly ass boy.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to hit us up now, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Tisha, good morning.
Hey, it's Tisha from Texas. It's my birthday today.
It's a
happy
bad one
birthday.
It's a bad one birthday.
One time for the
It's a bad
birthday.
one birthday. Happy birthday.
That's right. And I love you all so much. Angela, congratulations on your D-Day, your
Thank
ABC interview deal, Charlamagne, your mental health, DJ Envy, all of your car stuff. You guys are a force. You know, it's like, I love y'all.
It's your birthday. I feel like we should be saying let's talk about some positive things you have going on.
Oh, I'm cute, I'm smart, and I'm happy.
All
And
right.
those things make everything go good.
Especially the happy part. The
We
happy
celebrate
part.
you.
The happy part is the most important.
Y'all shout me out on Instagram, LD1, ELDEECY, the number 1. That's me. It's my birthday. I'm so happy today, and I hope you guys, everybody have a great day today for me.
All right.
I just want y'all to realize how much the world has changed. She called up here to tell us to shout her out on Instagram. Just keep that. She called the radio station to tell us to shout her out on Instagram.
Yeah, because our friends might not be up right now.
The
That's
world
why.
has changed, people.
Hello, who's this?
Kiara.
Hey, mama, get it off your chest.
Okay, so my birthday is tomorrow, and
Okay.
Oh, these birthday people.
Thank you. I'll be 28, and I've been telling everybody that I know this year I don't want anything but support. My biggest issue right now is I'm gonna have to cut off majority everybody I know. I've already cut off all my family. I have a nonprofit for mental health and suicide called SAY. For the last 4 years, I've been trying to push SAY. Before we got to this point, like, people don't understand how important mental health is. Every decision that we make every day, shootings, killings, murders, everything has to do with mental health, arguments, anger. So it's just at the end of the day, like, I don't understand why nobody don't support me. I'm not asking for nothing. I've been homeless with my 6-year-old for the last 3 months. I have not asked nothing but support. Hey guys, can we push this out? Hey, there's people out here like hurting and really need this. So I'm really just upset with my people right now. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, I don't need a birthday from nothing or no one. I just need the support. I just need people to understand that mental health.
Well, how can people support now for you?
You can follow my page. I have an Instagram page called Stay Official page on Instagram. If you could just support and share, I do daily videos of like just my life, like so that everybody can understand like the things that I've been through and going through is real. And I understand, and I want to be here, and I want to help. I have a goal and a business plan to build a facility. I'm gonna keep investing in it until I get it. But for now, if people could just support and. One share is not going to kill you. It's free.
Well, check this out, Queen. Go to mentalwealthalliance.org. That's my nonprofit, and we do things for organizations like yours. So go to mentalwealthalliance.org and go to the email on there, collab@mentalwealthalliance.org, and I'm gonna do something for your organization for your born day.
There you go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
All right.
Go to mentalwealthalliance.org and just email that collab@mentalwealthalliance.org.
Thank you, Mama, for calling. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we got rumors on the way.
Yes, and Tank, how did he end up having to come back up because of Trick Daddy and his Eat a Booty Gang
We know
conversation?
how.
Well, now he has an amazing song about it.
Tank out here, man. Drop on the Cruz bombs for Tank and Trick Daddy, man. Out here living their best lives, okay? Let them eat.
Let them eat.
Let them girls eat.
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat. Oh, my goodness.
Let them eat cakes.
Rumors on the way. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
The Bronx.
Sending healing energy to all this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Here.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Tank.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Tank's name has been brought back up into the conversation as Trick Daddy was trending. Now, Trick Daddy was trending because of his appearance on Drink Champs, where, again, he talked about being part of the Eat a Booty Gang.
So it's the Eat a Booty Gang. I'm building the franchise up now. Now I'm getting the women to support the Eat a Booty Gang.
Wait. Come on.
Wait. Who is it?
Wait. When you say women to support the Eat Booty Gang, you're saying women is eating the booty?
Yeah, women eat the booty too.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know whether to make noise for that or not.
Yeah, I get
Wait, what?
I get it out. Listen, man. Check this out.
All right, Trick, you don't have your legs in the air, though.
It depends.
Well, then Tank responded, and I guess people were bringing his name up. He said, I was just minding my business, and then I'm getting dragged into Trick Daddy's business. FYI, that man ain't wrong for enjoying pleasures from his woman. My new single featuring Trick Daddy Dollars, Let That Woman Eat, coming soon.
I love it.
Here's the song.
Let that woman eat. If she wants to go down, go down. Let her do it. Let that woman eat. But no utensils, no penetration. Let that woman eat.
Okay.
Eat. Let that woman, let that woman eat.
That's a classic.
Drop on the Cruz bombs for Tank.
Sounds really good. Now, the
Sound like a
reason
hit
why
to me. Sound like a
his
hit with an
name
S in front to me.
got brought up in this whole conversation is because when he was on the Breakfast Club, he actually put his legs in the air and said this.
Because I don't mind. I don't mind putting my legs up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's okay.
So
you know what I'm saying?
you don't mind tongue action, is what
Yeah, I
you're saying.
don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind
getting your eaten.
Yeah, not at all.
Man,
are you
my
kidding me?
brother-
Come on, man.
Hey,
Come on, man.
brothers in here keeping it 100. We ain't got a seat, Tank. We ain't got a seat.
down.
And it was tickling at first. You know, by about like 10 minutes later, you know, get it.
Do you request
Get
it now?
it. Get in there.
Put your legs in the air and wave your ass like you just don't care. As my girls Mandy B and Weezy say, stop kink shaming, man. Let people diet how they want to diet in the bedroom, okay?
Just make it clean. That's all.
Hey,
guys.
man, if
Keep
men want to
clean.
get 8 out, let them get 8 out. It's called equality.
Tank,
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
if
only
you can
right.
say that.
Tank, I think it's only right.
No,
that we put it on record.
leave it alone, Red. I'll take the L.
All right, now Mike Richards is out as executive producer of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune after a few weeks of all kinds of turbulence, and this is all because of some comments they found out that Mike Richards said about it was insensitive, sexist comments he made toward his female co-host and guest on the Random Show. It's a podcast that he hosted in 2013 and 2014. He also had made some off-color remarks about Haitians and Jewish people as well. He was supposed to be the host on Jeopardy, and he got ousted as host after 1 day of production, and now he's ousted as EP of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune as well.
Oh, he left it. I thought he was going to be just EP.
Nope, it's done for that too now.
Damn it.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
She said that the EVP of Business and Strategy, Suzanne Pratt, said that she hoped that him exiting as host would have minimized the disruption and internal difficulties they had experienced over the last few weeks, but she said clearly that has not happened.
They shouldn't have announced that he was going to stay on his EP. They should have just said that he was stepping down as host and that he could have just quietly went back behind the scenes. I know he regret jumping in front of that camera. That's what I'm telling you. Don't jump in front of that camera,
You
bro.
want attention? Here you go.
Don't do it. Okay.
Grand opening.
Man.
Super grand closing.
I'm telling you, if you're already behind the scenes and that's how you've been making your living, stay there.
Right. If
He
you had
wanted a shot, though.
Well, we got
Everybody
one.
want attention. Yep. You got
Not
what
only
you was
did he
looking
get
for.
a shot, he got a whole firing squad.
Man, Lord have mercy.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
That's got to suck, too, though, because people don't even know him.
They do now.
You know what I mean? And now they just know him because of some of his worst moments on a podcast. That's
7
horrible.
years ago, yep.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
All right.
Well, send him some healing energy.
I'm definitely sending him healing energy. Lord have mercy.
But you have no energy by that.
Because I don't have time to hate people no more. I'm at the point in my life where I don't hate nobody.
You're like a Care Bear.
Listen, I either love you, I wish you well, or I hope you heal. That's it. That's my 3.
Drop a bomb for Charlamagne.
That's it. I either love you, wish you well, or hope you heal. And there's a lot of hurt people out here, man. People need healing energy, bro. Because the way the world going right now, this is just not sustainable. It's just not.
You changed. You evolved. Drop one more bomb, man.
Man, shut up.
I ain't there yet.
I know you know.
Send me some healing energy.
I'm definitely sending you healing energy.
And we sending out clown energy.
Clowns need healing, too.
Christ. They do.
Clowns definitely need healing.
Okay, guys.
You the one that started up. I'm ready to go for big dudes. I'm not about that.
That's what you do. You'll open the door just a little bit, and then when you rush in, she be like, "Who opened the door?
Who opened the door? Let's go, guys." You open the door. I'm just trying to say Charlamagne evolved. All right, we got front page news next. We'll be talking about.
Well, let's talk about Biden, and he's still defending his Afghanistan withdrawal, and he's recommitting to evacuate the remaining Americans. We'll tell you what he's had to say.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's DJ Envy. Now, you like attention? Because you'll be getting all the looks with the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G or Z Flip 3 5G. One literally unfolds into a tablet, and the other fits into your palm. Shop now at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, the Patriots release Cam Newton. They saying Mac Jones is going to get the start. And also, Ben Simmons tells the 76ers he wants out of Philly.
I'm very disappointed in that one. The reason I'm very disappointed in that one is because it seems like the Sixers was sticking by Ben Simmons. You know, even when it seems like social media and everybody else was saying he needed to go. Mm-hmm. So for him to request to be out, that's like, I don't understand that. Like, ride with who's riding with you. Unless he knows something that we don't know.
Correct.
Which is the organization might be trying to push him out, but I don't know.
All right. Now let's talk about Joe Biden. He spoke to the nation yesterday, and he was defending his self-imposed deadline to withdraw the U.S. military from Afghanistan. So one of the things that he did was he said that he does take responsibility.
I take responsibility for the decision. Now some say we should have started mass evacuation sooner. And couldn't this have been done in a more orderly manner? The bottom line is there is no evacuation from the end of a war that you can run without the kinds of complexities, challenges, and threats we faced. There are those who would say we should have stayed indefinitely. My predecessor had made a deal with the Taliban. We faced one of two choices: follow the agreement of the previous administration or extend to have more time for people to get out.
I mean, he's the president. He has no choice but to take responsibility. But I respect the fact he's holding himself accountable because, you can't just get credit when things are going good. You got to take credit for the bad, too, right? When you're the leader.
All right. Now, Joe Biden also went on to double down on that and why it was time to end this war.
We succeeded in what we set out to do in Afghanistan over a decade ago. Then we stayed for another decade. It was time to end this war. This is a new world. The terror threat has metastasized across the world, well beyond Afghanistan. The fundamental obligation of a president, in my opinion, is to defend and protect America, not against threats of 2001, but against the threats of 2021 and tomorrow.
I wonder why they stayed for an extra 10 years. Like, if they got the job done, like, why did they stay for another
Some
decade?
people feel like there should be troops there indefinitely, like permanently. All right, now Joe Biden also talked about some of the world threats of today.
We face threats from al-Shabaab in Somalia, al-Qaeda affiliates in Syria and the Arabian Peninsula, and ISIS attempting to create a caliphate in Syria and Iraq, and establishing affiliates across Africa and Asia.
All right, in addition, he talked about how much it costs to have this war in Afghanistan.
After more than $2 trillion spent in Afghanistan, costs that researchers at Brown University estimated would be over $300 million a day for 20 years in Afghanistan, for 2 decades. What have we lost as a consequence in terms of opportunities? I refuse to continue a war that was no longer in the service of the vital national interest of our people.
Now, he also went on social media and said, let me be clear, we will continue to support the Afghan people through diplomacy, international influence, and humanitarian aid. We will continue to speak out for basic rights of the Afghan people, especially women and girls, as we do around the world. The fundamental obligation of a president is to defend America, not against the threats of 2001, but against the threats of 2021 and tomorrow. I do not believe the safety and security of America is enhanced by continuing to deploy thousands of American troops in Afghanistan.
All I know is in 10 days, it's the 20th year anniversary of 9/11. I hope America looking alive. Okay, turn make sure the alarm's on. That's all I'm saying.
See something, say something.
That's right. Don't leave the doors unlocked. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Shout to Lil Logie, too, man. Lil Logie's on his way to practice this morning. Shout to Lil Logie, football practice.
That's right, Logie. You keep getting big and buffs so you can keep slamming your daddy on his back.
Definitely
all right?
not gonna slam
You the
me
man
nowhere.
of the house, Logan.
Definitely
okay,
not
just make sure when you slam him for the first time, you record it so the streets know what time it is.
Shut up.
Right? So the streets know who really run the KC crew.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's going to always be Gear, but you can be second in command.
You can be second.
All right? Okay.
I hate you. All right. Well, coming up next, Speedy Mormon will be joining us. You know
My
him
guy,
from Complex. And we're going to be kicking it with him. He's from Queens, New York, too, my hometown.
You should have been here for Speedy, man.
I was out the country.
You was out the country. Speedy's a good dude. He's a young media personality in this game. That I just like his work. I like how he's moving out here, and he's on that new HBO Max show, The Hype. Yep.
All right, so we're going to kick it with Speedy when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Speedy Mormon. You know him from Complex. What up, Speedy?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored.
No, I'm proud of you, King. You one of those people I watch from afar, and I'm like, that young man got his own lane. He's not attempting to be in the mix. He's not doing what everybody else is doing. He's just doing his work, and it's clearly paying off for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, all we could do is try our best. And, for so many years, I've watched y'all. And so, even to be up here with y'all, it's, crazy to me. It's just crazy. I'm just so honored. And
we played some of your clips up here, too. And shouted
I
you
know.
out.
I still remember the first time, hearing my name said by you, or seeing you guys discuss one of my clips, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm really excited, and even hearing y'all say that, it just means the world to me. So thank y'all.
How did you end up at Complex?
So my journey is interesting. Y'all got time? We're gonna be here for a long time.
Let's do it.
So I very, very rarely tell the full story of how I got here, but what better place than here? So I went to Syracuse University and studied broadcasting there.
Great school to go to for journalism.
They say, they say it's the #1 broadcast school in the country. Not
when you
me,
see
but
all the
they
people
say.
that graduated from that program on the wall.
Yeah. I was always an oddball there because, for one, I was the only person of color in a lot of my classes. The classes are super small. And two, I was the only one in my classes who didn't want to do hard news journalism. I did not want to be on a local news station in like the middle of Nebraska, like reporting on like a pig weigh-in or some nonsense, So I already knew like what I wanted to do.
I love that. The fact that you knew what you wanted to do. What did you want to do?
I wanted to blend my passions and get paid for it. And a lot of people say that, but like for me, growing up, I just knew I was going to make the NBA, right? Like I knew I was going to play basketball. Growing up in Queens, like a lot of people thought I was going to be this next big basketball star.
How tall are you?
Now I'm 5'10". But listen. When I was,
you said now I'm 5'10".
I was like,
you were taller back then.
I used to be 6'3", but my back now. I was like 5'1", but I was nice. And as the journey goes, when I got to high school, like I figured out early on, thank God, that I was never going to get paid to play basketball. I realized, I said, okay, this is not going to pay the bills for me. Like I'm not going to secure my future. What can I do? And so at that time, I used to watch SportsCenter every single day in the morning before school, and I used to watch 106 in Park after school every single day. I used to see Terrence and Roxy up there, and I used to see SportsCenter, and I love basketball. I was like, how can I just blend these all together? And so I was like, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do that. And so I just did a Google search. What's the best broadcast school in the country? Syracuse was it. I went on an interview, got into the school, boom.
Wow.
So now I'm in the school.
Did that alumni network do a lot for you? Because you said a lot of people did.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody there. You got to... Like, I don't know anybody, like no one in my family has gone away to college except for my uncle. Didn't graduate. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college, like get a bachelor's. So like, I didn't really have anybody that I know that was successful. So I just kind of was like, my family was like, look, we stacking our chips on you, just go. My mom took some loans out in her name, thank God. Shout out to my mom.
Got it worked out.
I got mad financial aid, thank God, or else I was not going. So now I'm in Cuse. I'm different than everybody, and I've always felt like I was different, but I just knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I'm also like the only kid in the program who doesn't have a license to drive, and like as a part of that program, you have to go into the city and like report on stuff. So
Such a New Yorker. You didn't have your license.
Yeah, so I'm getting on the bus, like carrying around these tripods. Syracuse is the snow capital of the country, so like I'm the only kid like thugging it out. Like it was intense as hell. So then I applied for 2 internships. The first one I really, really wanted to get, and I didn't get. But the second one was Complex, and I was super always into sneakers and like streetwear, and so I knew that I would love to end up there. So I applied for the internship. I got an internship after my sophomore year of college. This is 2014. I was like the epitome of a hustling ass intern. Like, I knew that once I was in the building, I was going to shake and move how I got down.
That's why internships are so important.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was in college and I did my internships, at the end of the internship, I would be like the only one left all the time. Because when you're not getting paid, really, people just stop
dropping
showing
like
up.
Flies.
Yeah, they dropped it like flies.
And so, this is when internships were largely unpaid.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not making nothing. Like, I'm like working at Costco. But like, I had 2 whole internships at the same time because I was working with the Complex Sneakers team, and I knew that I wanted to be on the video team because I still had this vision of what I wanted to do. And so what I would do is I would get my assignment in the morning from the Complex Sneaker team, act like I was taking mad long to do it. Mind you, I had already finished that within the first hour. I would tell them I'm still working on it, and I would go over to the Complex video team and be like, yo, what's up? Like, I finished. What do y'all need? And I used to run the teleprompter. I used to help write scripts. I used to do anything they needed to do, run the audio. I just let them know I was their guy for anything.
Do you think that college helped you? Because I know we've had discussions up here about, is college important for people? And for some people, they'll say, yeah, it helped them a lot. Some people will say it didn't. Do you think college helped you?
All right, now you ain't on that wall yet. Don't say nothing crazy.
Nah, I would. You know the crazy part is, Syracuse has never once acknowledged anything that I've done.
They will.
But at this point, I don't want them to.
Why?
I don't care to, because there's a lot of kids I had class with that followed what their journey of success is, right? The local news market, work your way up. And all of them have gotten acknowledged except for me. They've not said anything to me. I sat down one-on-one, hour-long interview with the president.
Barack Obama.
Nothing.
That's insane.
Nothing.
I wonder if
can't
it's because
imagine that.
it's because they don't respect hip-hop, black culture.
I think that could have a lot to do with it. Also, like, I'm largely in the digital space, so like, I think to them the hierarchy is like, local news, cable news is like above digital, I guess.
Those days are over.
To answer your question, is college necessary? It varies by the person. Me, I learned a lot in college, and I would have never gotten the internship if I didn't go to Syracuse. So for me, I needed to go to college for my journey to pay.
And do you tap into your alumni network
Never.
there? You should. I just want to listen. I'm gonna tell you something that I've learned. personally, you have to do that. Part of what you pay for is to be able to use that alumni network.
But the good thing is that if I ever needed any funding, I have this friend who works at this radio station. He wears a Rolex.
He's got it.
So if I ever needed a bag, I'm coming right here.
But I'm telling you, it's part of what you pay for.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And I should. I'm convinced. You got me.
Yeah, and don't
I'll
take
do it.
anything personal that's happening with Syracuse, because in this game, you got to remember there's no permanent friends or enemies when it comes to business. And that indeed is business.
That's a fact. But yeah,
so
man.
so 2 internships.
Yeah, so it's really one internship, but I'm doing complex sneakers, but I'm telling them I'm still working and I'm on the news team, like helping them with video stuff. And shout out to my homegirl Emily. She was an anchor there at the time. Her name is Emily Oberg. I used to write her scripts. She was still new, and she was like not that great at writing, and so she came to me one day and she was like, "Yo, Speedy, can you help me write this script?" And so like I'm helping her write scripts. Mind you, they're like workshopping with her every day. She comes to me and I'm hearing the chatter like, "Yo, Emily's script writing has gotten so much better. Like she's really progressing." And low key, like I know that it's me. And so long story short, she gets caught and then she's like, "Speedy, I can't have you write my scripts anymore." I'm like, "Oh, it's all
Did
good."
she get caught or did somebody drop a dime on
She probably got snitched on, I ain't gonna lie. She may have gotten
Might have been
snitched on.
Speedy.
No, not me. That was my
anonymous email.
No, that's my sis. That's that's family. So, I just went from helping her out a lot, and then a man named Cornell Brown, who used to work with Puff and then worked at Complex, and now he works actually I'm not even allowed to say where he works, but he changed it all for me. He saw something in me and was like, "Yo, I want to give you a shot. What do you want to do?" And I told him what I wanted to do. He gave me a shot, and then I became the weekend anchor. Mind you, I'm still
at Syracuse.
I'm still a student. So I said I got to go back to school. I'm going to finish it out, but I want to stay. And so for the entire senior year of my college career, I commuted back 6 hours.
I love it.
On a Greyhound each way.
I love it.
Missed every party my senior year of college. I missed every function, every comedy show, whatever. I couldn't talk to no shorties. I couldn't do anything. I would come home every weekend 6 hours on that damn Greyhound. And the day I graduated on a Sunday. And then Monday I started full time. And it's been history ever since.
All right, we got more with Speedy Mormon when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Speedy Mormon. Yee.
And now you're also hosting HBO Max's The Hype.
Yeah, man.
And my girl Ricky is a producer on that too.
Salute to Ricky.
Shout out to Ricky. Working with Ricky is an absolute honor. But I'm hosting this new show on HBO Max. It's called The Hype. Basically, it's a streetwear competition show. Think Project Runway, American Idol. There are
but
three
for streetwear.
Yes. There are 3 judges. We call them co-signers. One of them is Offset of the Migos. One of them is Beffy. And one of them is Marnie Senefonte. And basically, we take these super talented designers and we pit them against each other to win $150,000. Mad cameos from Cardi B to Wiz Khalifa. Dapper Dan pulls up. ASAP Ferg comes. So many people come. Shout out my son Kai. He's
Kai
super
was
poppin'.
amazing on there.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes.
What'd you think?
Listen, I love stuff like that. So the first episode, ASAP Ferg is on, and they're basically designing an outfit for him.
Correct. Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I think that's a hard thing to do because I was watching it, right? And you want to give him something that looks like something he would wear.
Right.
But then you also kind of want to maybe make somebody step out of their comfort zone.
Sure. And you have to design something that's in your own style,
Right.
And so that's why it's tough for these designers to be able to take all of this and make something with it,
Yeah.
And so that's why I respect designers so much more, because seeing these kids or these designers like make outfits out of nothing, like out of rolls of fabric off the wall, like and turn it into full fits in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's fire to me.
And things can go wrong, and if it doesn't, I saw one of the contestants, he had to make a skirt instead of
Blue.
the pants.
Yeah, shout out
Blue
Blue
was
from
trying
Atlanta.
to make pants, but
one of the designers was trying to make these pants. He sent it out to a seamstress, just didn't come back. Like they just couldn't make it.
And that's
so he
real
had
life.
And this is for Ferg, so he had to wind up making a skirt for Ferg, and he's like, "Is this for me?" Like, Blue is super talented too, though. So shout out to Blue. But it's an amazing show.
How'd you get on it?
They just reached out. They were just
really.
They just reached out and they were like, "We love what you do. Like we've watched so much of your stuff." Shout out to Suzanne. Suzanne is the person that reached out.
I saw a review that I don't want to mispronounce the person's name, but Pasha Braithwaite?
I don't know who that is.
Well, it was from Bloomberg.com, and she criticized the show for completely ignoring the pandemic, racial protests, and major events that occurred in the last 2 years.
I saw this. This is the first negative review that we've gotten on this show. And
I'm trying to figure out why would she want that in this show? I don't know if this. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Forgive me. I don't know this person. Here's my defense to that. Like, we ignored. And mind you, the reviews have been overwhelmingly popular. This is the first negative review I saw. But like, we neglected the pandemic. For me personally, like, I just got out of 18 months in a crib, like, locked down here in New York. When I watch something as an escape, like, I don't want to watch something that reminds me of the last year and a half of my life.
The show is escapism.
Stuck in the crib.
And you have to do testing, I'm sure, for everybody.
The COVID protocols were insane. Right. But for me, I just feel like us, like, super acknowledging the pandemic and, like, talking about the pandemic is tired. Do any of us want to talk about COVID anymore? I don't think so. That would be my rebuttal to that.
These topics are very important, right? But what do they got to do with the hype? A show about
what does that have to do with
streetwear.
street culture? You feel me? Like, I don't know. Now, the second thing she said, we ignored, what was it?
She said the show asked us to believe that real people in culture distinguish streetwear from fashion, yet contestants occupy a landscape where climate change, racism, and mental health are reduced to slogans on jackets. The result is a program that has the depth of a well-curated Instagram feed.
Okay, here's my rebuttal to that. You're watching a streetwear show, right? Streetwear is a lot of things. Self-expression is like a major part of streetwear. Mm-hmm. And so one of the challenges was to design a piece, a jacket, I believe it was a jacket, that is emblematic of a cause that you care about, whatever it may be, right? So like, one of the designers speaks to Black equity, so she makes a Black Lives Matter look. Another person speaks to mental health. Shout out my son Justin. His dad unfortunately committed suicide when he was a kid, so he spoke about mental health, and that's how he designed his piece. Like, the George Floyd verdict comes while we're shooting, and we stop shooting to watch it. And I'm like, yo, we need to tell these contestants that this just happened. Like, this is real life. So we acknowledge that on the show.
On the show?
Right.
I come out and I say, guys, this is not part of the show, but I just want you guys to know that this verdict came back. So to me, I just can't agree with that. I think the show does a good job of providing good entertainment, something to escape all of the negativity of the world regarding the pandemic, and then still give you some substance. I don't agree with that review. This is also the first time in my life I've gotten like a negative review, so
we'll get used to it.
Yeah, right. I feel attached.
I'll tell you why reviews like this are good. Salute to, and I'm sorry if I'm messing your name up. Salute to Pasha Braithwaite. The reason reviews like this are good is because it allows you to go deeper.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
It's entertaining, completely objectively, it's a good show. I love it.
Well, what's next for our guy, Speedy, man?
Obviously, I'm still at Complex full-time. Complex is the home team. So I host a show at Complex called 360, 360 with Speedy Mormon. That's my just one-on-one interview show. So more interviews always, sitting down, going in depth with a lot of, whether they're artists, whether they're politicians, athletes, actresses and actors, whatever.
Have you ever had anybody cry during an interview?
You know what? I have. Yeah, that sucks too, because it's super uncomfortable and awkward. I ain't gonna lie to you, that is crazy. Because you be looking at them like, oh, you really crying, you know? It's crazy.
You crying.
Yeah, I've had some people get emotional. I sat down with Allen Iverson for a long time in Virginia, his hometown, at this Boys and Girls Club that he was helping out at. And he got a little bit emotional, especially afterwards. And there have been times I've gotten emotional, not cried, but times that I really felt overwhelmed with emotion. Mm-hmm. Just being honored to be somewhere.
Those are great moments, though.
Yeah, the one that I felt that the most with was Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to the GOAT. But Kobe's somebody I looked up to my entire life, so I'm honored I got a chance to sit down with him. And I just still remember looking at him. I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe I'm sitting here with Kobe.
Bro, I couldn't believe it. During mid-interviews, the only time it's ever happened to me in my entire career, one time, where he's talking to me, his mouth is moving, but I don't hear anything he's saying. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm like...
Interviewing Kobe Bryant.
And I said that to myself. I said, I can't believe it. And then just like that, I was back, and I heard him again. It was f***ing crazy.
I would have told him.
Scene. I didn't want to tell him that.
You can't fan out in the middle of it.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
You gotta wait till after, because you don't want to disrupt the flow either.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why though, because look what happened. God, sadly,
unfortunately,
you know what I mean. So we gotta give people them flowers when they here. Like, I love it. Like, I have no problem telling somebody like, man, bro, look up to you. I listened to your music when I was young. Like, show that appreciation.
Yeah, I definitely showed my appreciation. And you know what the crazy thing is? He showed some appreciation to me after the interview, and it meant the absolute world to me. Rest in peace to Kobe. But yeah, that was really, really special to me, man. And I'm just honored even to be with y'all. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I really grew up listening to this show. Like, it's crazy. I really remember being in high school, like, listening to this show. Like, I used to recite, like, clips from the show, like, you know, Ray J's when he called up, type shit, like, at the lunch table with my bros. Like, and then, obviously, when I'm prepping for my interviews, like, y'all are one of the first places I go to, like, watch to see what there's, you know, so I'm honored. I want to give y'all flowers. Thank you guys for the contributions you've made to this culture. Like, y'all will really go down as like the most impactful radio show ever, I think. And I'm just honored that like I would have gotten the opportunity to sit in this seat that I've watched for so long.
Nah, you earned it. You earned the right to sit in that seat.
Bro,
man.
I'm so happy to, and I've accomplished a good amount of things, but you know, you rank things in importance to yourself, and like hearing love from y'all has been.
But that's how you know you're doing the work. When people, that's why I always tell people, just do the work. People will recognize it. You know what I'm saying? I just hit Speedy up one day like, bro, I really like what you're doing out here. You know what I mean?
Man, that meant so much to me.
Well, give me your Instagrams and Twitters and all that, Speedy.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Speedy Morman, MORMAN. Most importantly, check out The Hype. It's streaming now on HBO Max. And shout out to everybody who helped make it.
Keep doing the good work.
I appreciate that.
My man Speedy Morman, it's The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I know that's right. And I want to shout out to Ciroc. You know, yesterday we just dropped this Ciroc Stands campaign. I know we had Ingrid Best from Ciroc up here talking about it, but I'm hosting this whole series and we're highlighting Black-owned businesses. So we started in New York. So I just want to shout out the women who are being highlighted on that. Melissa, she owns the Bark Shop. And it's like a place where you can bring your dog to get groomed, but you can also, if you have to drop your dog off while you're out of town or your pet, they take care of that. That's actually where our friend Natina brings her dog.
Natina got a dog?
Yes.
Oh.
Walks the dog every morning.
She's cracking me as a cat woman. I didn't know she had a dog.
Why a cat
There's nothing
woman?
wrong with cats.
Nothing wrong with cats.
Why
All
a
right.
cat woman?
She just cracked me as a cat woman.
Why? Like, how do you get that? Like, why does somebody strike you as a cat?
She just cracks me as a cat person.
Like what?
not a
What
dog
makes you
person.
say it?
I don't know. It's an energy.
Oh.
All right. And also
She like cat
Kim, she
energy.
owns the bakery on Bergen. And, you know, her son was actually up here. Remember, he was running for council to be in.
Absolutely.
And he
won.
won.
Yeah.
Yep, the youngest person in that position. Ursula Stevens, she owns a salon by Ursula Stevens in Fort Greene. So those are the three women. They get money and they also get featured on a huge billboard in Times Square.
Dope.
So, you know, for your business, that's a big deal. So I just want to shout out to them. That campaign just dropped. And if y'all know somebody in your city and you feel like I want to, you know, I don't know what other cities we're going to, but I know we're looking for small business owners to feature.
So if you want to highlight them, how can they get in touch with you?
Just go on my Instagram and leave a comment and I'll take a look at it. But I'm excited about the campaign because, you know, I know how difficult it is to start a business because I have a couple of brick and mortar ones and they are so difficult every single day.
I thought you had several.
Well, brick and mortar. I have the juice bar, and then the coffee shop about to open, and then the private label hair store in Detroit.
Ooh, drop on the Clues bombs for Angela. Yeah.
But every day, anything can go wrong. Like when it was raining really hard, the basement flooded at the juice bar. You know, and then somebody calls out sick. It's just all
Good
kinds of
problems
things
to
every
have,
single
though.
day. Every single day.
Good problems to have.
But you know, it's hard to keep a business open, and I understand it. It takes a lot of attention and a lot of you staying on top of things daily. So,
all right.
Shout out to all the business owners.
Now you got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's talk about Jasmine Sullivan. She was asking people to share a secret you'll never tell your partner, and it got crazy.
I felt sorry for whoever her partner was.
All right.
For her partner?
I hope he didn't follow her. Was she talking about her partner or other people
No,
in general?
people were commenting. Yes.
I thought that was all her. I was so hurt.
Why are you grabbing your chest like that? You are emotional today. All right.
I was like, wow,
Who do you think she would say, I didn't know if our baby was his at first?
I don't know.
You think she wrote that?
I just jumped in the middle of the conversation reading it. I didn't know what the context was.
All right. Rumors next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, Jasmine Sullivan wanted people to go ahead and share a secret that you'll never tell your partner. And everybody was anonymous who she reposted. But there was some real secrets in there. One person said, I watch a video of me and my ex sexing right before me and my current bae do it.
Damn.
One woman said, I know he cheated, but I'm saving that info in case I get caught cheating. One person said, we're renting in a house I bought 4 years ago. He doesn't know he just deposits rent money every month.
But thank you for the context, because my dumb ass thought that was all Jasmine Sullivan.
You thought all of that was?
Yeah, because salute to Weezy from Harvard Decision. She sent me that yesterday, and I was in the gym, so I just glanced at it. But I literally thought to myself, these are some hotels I don't need to know about.
And we always tell people you can't just read the headline. And
that is very true.
You are just reading the headline.
I thought Jasmine was just venting. Like, I didn't even see the baby one. I just saw her saying she's sleeping with other dudes and her dudes' friends and other girls. I was like, damn, not my Jasmine Sullivan.
One said, I didn't know if our baby was his at first. I think he's a little bit ugly like his mom, and I'm glad we don't have kids together.
I saw that one.
I want him to
hit home?
I want him to bust me, but I don't want him to be a single father. I save his sperm once a month just to have it. I might be a little obsessed with him. I was part of a train that was run on her sister.
What?
Wow.
Say that one again. What?
I was part of a train that was run on her sister.
Yikes.
That's a bad secret. I guess the sister ain't telling.
Nope.
All right, so yeah, you guys, if you want to share some with us too, we'd be proud to share them. Now, Miss Pat, congratulations to her.
Miss Pat!
She has gotten her first hour-long comedy special at Netflix.
Nice.
I would say long overdue, but there's nothing like God's divine timing, so it's right on time. Drop on the clues bombs for Miss Pat.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Pat.
Make sure y'all check out her show on BET Plus, the Miss Pat Show.
The special is going to be shot at the Atlanta Comedy Theater on September 25th. But she was on the Degenerates stand-up series as well, if you guys watch that. So that is huge. Congratulations to her. Her show is doing really well. Her sitcom that we had her up here before was 5 years in the making, 3 different networks it was on, different writers. But now, after working for almost 20 years as a comic, she's getting her hour-long stand-up
Miss
special.
Pat deserves it all. And salute to Lee Daniels and Jordan, too, man, because they stayed down with Miss Pat through all of that. So salute to them all.
And let's not forget to congratulate our boy Donnell Rawlings. He actually has his special that is being filmed in Charlotte at the Fillmore September 29th and 30th. So that's huge for him. And Dave Chappelle is actually teaming up with Netflix to do that for him. So congrats to Donnell Rawlings. I'm going to be there. All right, now Master P is providing aid to his hometown in New Orleans after they were hit by Hurricane Ida. And this was the second most intense hurricane in Louisiana history. And here's what he had to say, because he has his own water company.
I got a water company called LA Great Water. I'm gonna make sure our people get water, make sure we able to feed our people and help them get back. So we on our way down there now, and it's just really just trying to make sure we can get the elderly, get them in safe environments. A lot of people roofs have blown off. So it's gonna take a little time, man.
Yeah, still trying to get power. People haven't been able to get gas. There's all kinds of issues. So we are praying constantly for Louisiana.
Absolutely.
All right, now Soulja Boy wants to challenge Kanye to a boxing match.
Oh, Lord.
To settle their beef. Now, he did speak to TMZ, and he was pretty chill about it.
Were you just upset when you said you were about to KO him?
That's just me having a little fun, you know what I'm saying? We ain't tripping, man. Unless Kanye want to get in the boxing ring, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, it's a better.
I think we make 100, 200 million, you know what I'm saying?
That's a better matchup than Aaron Carter, Jesus, bro.
Kanye, let's get in the boxing ring.
Send the Soulja Boy and Kanye West Hill energy this morning.
All right, well then Soulja Boy ended up going on IG Live, and the whole energy changed up.
How many times I've been in the studio with your baby, man? If we recording in the mother studio and the songs ain't coming out, obviously you stealing my nigga. I don't give a about no Kanye West. You know who the you dealing with, nigga? You tripping, boy. You wore that Trump hat, you lame, nigga. Don't never get on Big Draco phone talking about, I want you to get on the album. You send me a song, then you drop the album and it ain't on the album. See? I would have respected more if you would have been like, bro, this lame as
See, that's two people. That was Big Draco. Before that was Soulja Boy.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm dead serious when I say I don't hate anybody. You know what I mean? I either love you, wish you well, or hope you heal. Nobody can make me mad enough to turn my damn camera on and scream at it. There's nobody alive that can make me mad enough to pick up my phone, go to my IG, go live, and just scream in my phone.
But
Nobody.
then he went on social media and said, I want to fight. Do you know how to fight, Kanye? I feel like you were, let's get in the ring. And then he said, I was the first rapper with Kim Kardashian, not you, at Kanye West.
Stop on the Clues bombs for Big Draco.
You gotta send him healing energy after that.
No,
one.
I am sending him healing energy, but I'm dropping one of the Clues bombs for Big Draco because there's nobody in hip hop that plays their character better than Big Draco right now.
Then he called him a picklehead. Then he said Donda flopped.
Picklehead. Pickle?
Big Draco!
He said pickle?
Yes, picklehead.
Wow.
That's a new one.
That's an ugly look. Like
he's a heel, man. He's hip hop's best heel right now.
Then
you know
he also
what I'm
said,
saying?
I might dish you every day for the rest of my life is how I'm feeling.
Draco!
I saw Consequence post that Soulja Boy was supposed to be on the deluxe version, but I doubt that's happening now.
That's not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah, I doubt that's happening.
All right, now let's talk about the baby. The baby did engage in meaningful dialogue. He met with HIV awareness organizations. Black leaders from 9 HIV organizations met with him. They had a private meeting.
Love it.
And they said he spoke virtually with them to discuss HIV facts, share personal stories of living and thriving with HIV. They said they did send that open letter. Remember, we discussed that on that show. They said we wanted to call him in instead of calling him out.
That's right.
We believe that if he connected with Black leaders living with HIV, that a space for community building and healing could be created. We are encouraged. He swiftly answered our call and joined us in a meaningful dialogue and a thoughtful educational meeting.
See, that's how things should be. You offend, there's consequences, you're held accountable, then you give the brother the opportunity to learn and make it a teachable moment for all. That's the way things should be.
All right. Well, that is your rumor reports.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne.
Yes.
Who are you giving a donkey to?
Man, we need Ted Cruz to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with him, please.
All right. We'll get into that next and then Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, you can get on the phone lines right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Angela Yee here, and did you know that the General Insurance has been saving people money for nearly 60 years? Take a closer look at the General and see how they can help you save too. Call 800-GENERAL or go to thegeneral.com. Some restrictions apply.
This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
To the latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
You know, donkey of the day for Wednesday, September 1st goes to Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Listen, man, America isn't real. I'm convinced we are all in a scripted dramedy. I say it often, but I really believe the same creator, the same God who gave us the Wayans brothers, Neil Brennan, Dave Chappelle, Aaron Magruder, Kenya Barris, all of these individuals who have given us, you know, great satire and comedy over the years. These men I mentioned are made in the image and likeness of our creator. Think about that. If God made those individuals, then God has some of those same attributes. And right now, hell, at least since the rise of social media, America is an absolute spoof. This is all satire. It's all comedy. This can't be real life, okay? It's just not because there's a complete lack of consistency from everybody, right? It's got to be more than that. I mean, when I'm in therapy, I talk about being too in my head. I talk about being hypersensitive. I talk about being too self-aware. Like, for the longest time, I've always been in my head, beating myself up about something, okay? I know that we as humans are all walking contradictions, but I don't think it's a contradiction if you simply change your mind. You're allowed to do that, right? Muhammad Ali said, the man who views the world at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. And he's 100% right, which is why in this cancel culture era we live in, it makes zero, sense when you go back in the day and pull stuff up. You show me a 50-year-old who didn't say or do something wild in their 20s, early 30s, especially here in America, the home of shock value. But what Muhammad Ali was saying was there are natural changes in viewpoint and individual experiences during decades of growth, and maturity. All right? Period. Which brings me to Ted Cruz. See, Ted Cruz got into a bit of a digital kerfuffle yesterday because he decided to comment on a video from CNN where CNN reporter Clarissa Ward was reporting on a family from Texas who had been going to the airport for 2 weeks to try to get out of Afghanistan, and they were abandoned. Can we hear that report courtesy of CNN, please?
How crushing do you think this moment is for the, let's say, 250 Americans and so many others, thousands of Afghans who were still desperate to try to get out?
I think it's absolutely crushing. Of course, Wolf. I spoke earlier on in the day with a family of 4 from Houston, Texas. They told me they had been going to the airport for 2 weeks, trying desperately to get out. They all have American passports. They had gone to Afghanistan to visit the mother's family, and essentially the issue was they couldn't get past the Taliban. They were in touch with the U.S. military. The military was trying to facilitate their departure.
Horrible. Well, the Republican National Committee reported this, and Ted Cruz decided to retweet it. Not just retweet it. He decided to comment on it. Now, before I tell you what he said, keep in mind, back in February, there was a winter storm that hit Texas. I think 57 people died of hypothermia. Millions of people were left at home with no electricity, freezing. At the height of the crisis, I think they said like 4.5 million Texas homes and businesses were without power. Well, Ted Cruz, when millions of his constituents were without power, freezing, dying, he decided to take his family and fly to Cancun. Do we remember this? Let's go to CBS News for the report.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is back in the U.S. after facing criticism for flying to Mexico while his state battles a brutal winter storm. These photos went viral, showing Senator Cruz and his family at an airport Wednesday. Now, sources tell CBS News he was originally scheduled to return Saturday, but changed his reservation this morning. That's in contrast to a statement the senator released Thursday, where he said he was, quote, wanting to be a good dad and flew down with his daughters, who he says asked for the trip since school was canceled. He also said he was in constant communication with state and local leaders.
Now, context is very important in this situation because you have to know that backstory to know why Ted Cruz is getting Donkey of the Day. You have to know that back in February, Ted Cruz abandoned the state of Texas. So remember what I said about reserving the right to change your mind? Yes. But you have to acknowledge that you changed your mind and why. And you probably shouldn't critique anyone who's been in the same boat as you. But consistency doesn't matter in America in 2021 because none of this is real. It's all satire. It's a spoof. Because only in a spoof would Ted Cruz tweet the report from CNN about the family from Texas trying to get out of Afghanistan and say, and I quote, "This is horrifying and wrong. America doesn't leave Americans behind." Let me repeat that. Ted Cruz retweeted the report from CNN about the family from Texas trying to get out of Afghanistan, and Ted Cruz retweeted the report from CNN and said, "This is horrifying and wrong. America doesn't leave Americans behind." Teddy, Theodore. In fact, Raphael Edward Cruz, if you don't shut the F up forever. Now, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary because I needed a calculator to calculate how long ago February was. Okay, it was about 6 months and some change ago. Okay, Muhammad Ali said the man who views the world the same way at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. He's simply speaking to the natural changes in viewpoint and individual experiences during, decades of growth. Okay, key word, decades. All right, years, not months, especially 6 months and some change. The last person who should speak on elected officials abandoning Americans is an elected official who abandoned Americans. Am I too off in this? Am I wrong? Okay. Some donkey of the days just sell themselves. Please give Raphael Edward Cruz the biggest ER. Guys, it was just 6 months ago.
Right.
Just sit this one out, Ted. All right.
All right.
Come on.
Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. Now, up next, Ask Yee, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, call Yee now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What you want to know?
Baby mama issues? Need some words of wisdom? Call up now for Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club.
Come on.
Need relationship advice? Need personal advice? Just need real advice. Call up now for Ask Yee.
Keep it real.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Hello, DJ Envy.
What's up, bro? What's your question for Yee?
So my question is, so I'm a truck driver. I drive across the country, and I have brothers. One brother specifically that I want to have a conversation about with, but I don't want to offend him. I love you guys' show, first and foremost. I listen to you guys, everyone on iHeart Station.
Thank you.
But Angela Yee, I want your advice on how to have this conversation. And, guys, you guys chime in as well, because we live in a society where everything is so normalized. I don't want my brother to go to hell. Sin is sin. If I fornicate, if I lie, if I steal, it's still sin.
So what is your brother doing that is going to make him go to hell?
He's a homosexual.
So you think because he's a homosexual, he's going to go to hell?
Do you believe that sin is sin? Do you believe that homosexuality is a sin?
Do I believe that it's a sin? No.
Okay.
So what is your question?
How do I have this conversation with them based upon the most of us have the same faith?
I believe that God loves all of us and created all of us.
I do too as well, but he does not love our actions.
I'm sure that there's things that you do every day.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point.
Is your brother hurting anybody?
No.
Is he a good person, a good human being?
Great. I love my brother. Yes, he is.
Well, that's all you need to do.
Okay.
Right? That's all you need to do is love him.
Oh,
judge not, lest ye be judged, right?
No, I'm not judging.
Why would you be getting judged, Yee?
Shut up.
Thank you, Charlamagne.
No, she said, "Let's not ye be judged."
Charlamagne acknowledges that he loves God on a daily basis. And so one of the things in our society, as much as he says, as one of the things in our society is that we normalize things to the point whereas people are not willing to acknowledge what they believe in and what's right and wrong, to a point where if we had a POTUS number 45, that was accepted.
Okay. Now listen, I just want to say, so what's your issue with your brother? Do you love him? Are you supportive of him?
I love my brother.
And you're supportive of him?
Very much so.
Okay. That's all he needs from you, for you to be his brother, love him, and support him.
So let me ask you this. If you had a relative that was a pedophile, you wouldn't tell him that was wrong?
Are you comparing being gay to being a pedophile?
I'm comparing
because being a pedophile, you've actually hurt someone, right?
Correct.
Okay, your brother's not being gay doesn't mean you're hurting anyone. Being a pedophile is an actual crime.
Absolutely.
Being a pedophile is ruining someone's life.
Correct. So
being gay is just living your life and living in your truth.
Okay, maybe that was a bad
That's
example.
A terrible example.
You think?
Okay. So if you had a girlfriend that was unfaithful.
Okay. Of course I still love her.
Exactly.
I'll cover for her too, if I need to. But listen, I think right now you're trying to come up with reasons why with your brother, with his sexuality, why it's wrong, right? But that's not for you to decide. Exactly. All that you need to do is just show your brother love and support no matter who he is, because you do love him. You said he's a great person, a great human being. That should be enough for you. Okay. We already live in a world that's so difficult and messed up and so many awful things going on. His sexuality doesn't affect you at all in any way. He's not bothering anyone. He's just existing.
Okay.
All right? So give your brother a hug when you see him and tell him you love him and you're proud of him.
Most definitely.
All right, sir.
I don't agree with nothing that guy said, but Angela Yee, you going to hell.
Why she going to hell?
For covering for her girl, when her girl cheating. When a girl being unfaithful.
You know how many times I had to cover for people? Wow. It's not a problem. In my younger years.
All right. Ask Yee, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice, hit it now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Get some real advice with Angela Yee. It's Ask Yee.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Tika.
Hey, what's your question for Yee?
My husband and I have been married for 10 years. A couple years ago, his family had a whole conversation about me, like how my mothering was, what I had on, just everything. And they did it in front of my kids. So my daughter brought it back to me. And, you know, it was an issue, and I said what I had to say. But even now, years later, like, nobody's really apologized. They try to make it seem like I'm asking for anything more than accountability. And it just kind of puts my husband in a weird position because it's his family and his wife. I just want to know, like, am I going about it the right way by just breaking contact because I just don't want to be around them at this point?
Right. And listen, I know it's hurtful to hear what people have to say when you're not around. And then on top of that, they said that in front of your child who had to come back and tell you and hear that as well. So I'm sure you have a lot of anger from that, right?
Absolutely.
And so your husband, he agrees that they need to apologize to you?
Yeah.
I want to say this about families, though. Families be talking crazy about people behind their backs.
Amen.
You know, and I think most people's families do that. And I'm not saying it's not right at all. It's actually really awful because I do feel like in all of our families, everyone does it, right? Have you talked about some of his family members too?
No, not like that. Like, I've always, like, we've been together 14 years, married for 10. I've always kind of kept myself around his family because I felt like they always, like, who did they know us for?
Right.
So, you know, I keep it cordial, I keep it cute, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Like,
you know, I think
so just to do that and do it in a place where it was like his family was there for the holidays, so it was a whole thing, you know?
Right. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. I want to say that I think the best thing that you can do is express how it made you feel. And so I know right now we're focused on I want you to apologize, but you can just express how it made you feel and whether or not that's going to ignite them to apologize to you, I can't say because it hasn't for all of these years. But there's some things it feels like you need to get off your chest, right? And the best way to do that is to just put it out there. Look, when my daughter came back and told me this is how it made me feel. And so I'm coming to you right now as an adult to let you know X, Y, and Z. And so that's the most you can do. And whether or not they decide to apologize, or that's not really anything that you can make happen. You can't force it. And then who wants an apology that's forced?
Right. Nobody wants that.
Have you ever expressed how you felt?
Yeah, I mean, it blew up because when she told me, you know, I let him know. My husband was deployed at the time. So I let him know. And he had whatever conversation with them, and it just kind of blew up. And I said what I had to say because I didn't feel like they tried to make my daughter feel like she was wrong.
Right. Oh, come on. Of course your daughter's going to come back and tell you. You her mom.
Right.
And it's a shame that she had to even be put in that position as well. And now they're like, sometimes people will not take the blame and the accountability for what they did. You talking about me in front of somebody, you messed up, you made a mistake, and y'all was talking crazy, and I know about it. My daughter knows about it. You said it in front of her. It's her fault that she came back and told me? No, it's your fault for being stupid and talking in front of her.
Right.
But again, you know, I just feel like, and I understand that's difficult for your husband, and you'll probably never feel the same about them again, knowing that they've said these things about you and always feel like they're talking about you behind your back. You know, so all you can do is not let things like that affect you, not let it affect your relationship with your husband, because that's terrible if it's affecting, you know, y'all being comfortable with each other. He does have your back though, right?
He does.
And that's all y'all can do. And I think sometimes it does take a long time for these type of wounds to heal. But all you can do is when you're not angry is just express how you feel and make a concerted effort to make sure that you don't let it get beyond what you have to say. Don't let it reignite things again. But just in a very, you know, matter-of-fact manner, be able to express your feelings and then let them have the floor. And then say, after this, I just want to move on past this and see if we can move forward as a family. And maybe things will get better, maybe they won't, but at least I've done my part.
Right. Thank you. That makes me feel bad. I have, had a slight conversation or whatever, and they wanted to see my son, so his mom, basically regurgitated everything that I said to her in an apology, and she claims that as an apology, but I just kind of left it. I separated myself. My kids still see them. They still go. He still sees his family. I just don't want to be in that environment because I might just split. You never know.
Right. And listen, people do talk crazy all the time behind other people's backs. And so it is just a reality, especially in families. And so you just have to know what you can and can't say in front of people and don't feed into it.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Ask Ye, 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and you know we've been doing this constantly, giving you these updates on what's happening with this R. Kelly trial. So we have that for you. Also, Cruzette Michelle and Kanye. How are these two related? We'll tell you what's going on.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good
Happy
morning.
Wednesday. We almost there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Almost where?
The weekend.
And it's a holiday weekend.
It's 2 days to my birthday.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Yep, we off Friday and
The
Monday.
holiday is not your birthday, Envy. The holiday is Labor Day.
No.
Hold on, we off Friday and Monday?
No, we're off Monday.
Oh.
My birthday's a holiday. Why not?
All right, so we're off Friday and Monday.
There we go.
It's a holiday.
Speak it into existence.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got the rumors on the way. Let's talk Meek Millie.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, last week, Meek Mill put out some new music calling Sharing Locations with Lil Durk and Lil Baby, and now he has dropped Blue Notes 2 featuring Lil Uzi Vert. Here is a snippet for ya.
Yeah, I got expensive shooter. Yeah, he got expensive aim. Yeah, you know it's Lil Uzi. That's an expensive name.
I'm going hard on my back to the wall. I was like, Jazz just pumping and faking. There's no way they matching me off.
Okay, nice little Philly John.
Mm-hmm.
Now, someone tweeted, what's the chance of an album? And he said, like a matter of days. So,
Is it Johns because it's Uzi and Philly? So would it be two Johns? That's plural?
Or just one John?
Two Philly Johns on a John? Either way, I like the John.
okay. All right, now let's get to R. Kelly and his trial. What happened yesterday? An ex-employee of R. Kelly's took the stand, and her name is Suzette Mayweather. She said she spent more than a year as an assistant for him, and she said that the women involved had been twerking for cake, and they were trying to twerk, I guess, as an attempt to get a piece of dessert, and he had to have them get on each other. He also then, I guess, made them fight. She said she did not actually see the fight, but she heard a commotion. There was laughing, screaming, and thumping going on. And then there was a situation. She said he was a terrible boss. He would fine his employees by docking their pay. One time he called her at 2 a.m. and said he wanted some sweet potato pie. She went in an Uber to Walmart, and she purchased all of the Patti LaBelle sweet potato pies, brought the desserts back to the studio, and she said he thought that she was likely going to fail the test. Initially, he was happy, but then she said his mood shifted because he learned that she had violated the rules established by talking to one of his girlfriends. She said he got so angry, and it was the first time ever that she'd seen him really upset. It was the look in his eyes. And then she also talked about different allegations, like he would force girls to stay in the rooms for extended periods of time, and they needed his permission to eat, use the bathroom, get off of the tour bus. Also, one of the rules was no one could speak to his girlfriends regarding his relationship with them. So that's what her situation was like. So she just recently took the stand. And that is the fourth employee of R. Kelly's to take the stand against him. Thus far, all of his employees have provided details on the rules that were set in the house for R. Kelly and his girlfriends when they were in his presence.
Yikes.
Yes. All right. Now let's talk about, I love a little horror movie. So Paranormal Activity. There is a documentary heading to Paramount Plus for Halloween, and there's also an upcoming movie. So I'm excited about all this. I'm excited that Halloween is coming up. Envy, we know your car show is the day before Halloween in Detroit.
Out in Detroit, yep.
But I'm excited for all the scary movies that are going to be shown on all these streaming services. So
I've been thinking about going to see Candyman. I usually don't pay
you
people
have
to
to.
scare me. My wife loves horror movies, but I'm thinking about going to see Candyman.
Yeah, man, I was so busy last week I didn't get a chance to go see it. But the fact that a black woman directed it should also be encouraging to help keep those numbers up. And this week I'm definitely going to go see it. So.
And somebody tell me that there's a deeper meaning behind it. So I don't know if they're just lying to me to get me to go watch it, but they said there's a deeper meaning behind it.
Go ahead and say Candyman 5 times in the mirror and see what happens.
I don't mind other people's business.
Me neither.
Keep that man's name out my mouth.
But. All right.
What'd you say?
I thought there was more coming after that.
No, there's not.
Okay.
All right. Elaine Welteroth is exiting The Talk after just one season. Y'all know she had just joined the show. And they said, we wish Elaine the best. We are grateful for her passion, enthusiasm, and insight she brought to the show daily. She started January 4th, 2021. She was a permanent panelist. And she was the one, she had some issues with Sharon Osbourne. There was a leaked conversation that she had after their on-air exchange, and she went on social media. She said, if you told Oprah-obsessed 9-year-old me that she'd one day get the golden opportunity to be on daytime TV, she never would have believed you. It is an absolute honor for anyone, but especially a young black woman, to occupy the space on air where our perspectives are largely underrepresented. And to be honest, if you told 33-year-old me all it would take to show up as her authentic self in front of a live national audience every day in a world as divided as ours, she probably would have been shook.
At this point, they should just have rotating guests on the talk, right? Like, who's the people that's there on the regular?
Cheryl Underwood.
Cheryl Underwood. Who else? Dara. Not Dara. What's the young lady from Roseanne name? She's still on there?
I don't know if she's...
Sarah Gilbert?
Yeah, she's still on there?
I don't know. At this point,
I don't know
we should
either.
have rotating guests.
I don't know either.
And Jerry O'Connell is on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When that happened? I didn't know they had guys on the talk.
Yeah, they replaced Sharon Osbourne, remember? So.
Yeah, at this point, they should just do Cheryl and have some rotating
And then Eve
hosts.
left.
Eve's gone, yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bonnaroo, that festival has been canceled this year. And that's because, it's in Tennessee. And last year it was canceled, obviously, because of the pandemic. But this year it's because of the weather. While the weather this weekend, they said, looks outstanding, right now it's waterlogged in many areas and saturated. And the campgrounds are flooded to the point that they can't even drive in or park vehicles safely. So there has been, a whole bunch of rain because of Tropical Storm Ida moving there the previous weekend.
Bonnaroo's a festival too?
Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo?
Mm-hmm.
How many festivals is it?
This one's been around.
Jesus
festivals.
Christ.
There's a lot of festivals.
It's like near Nashville. It's about an hour away from Nashville. All right, well, that is your Rumor Reports.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Shout out to everybody on Revolt. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's DJ Envy here. Listen, mediocre phones are out. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G is in. It folds, closes, and fits in your palm, and even bends to stand up on its own for hands-free selfies, group shots, and videos. So cool. Shop now at Samsung.com. 5G connection availability may vary. Check with carrier. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now,
Happy Hump Day.
Speedy Mormon for joining us today.
My guy Speedy, man. Speedy one of them ones, man. He's one of the good guys. I've been watching Speedy for a minute. He really does this media thing the right way, man. Salute to my guy Speedy.
Yeah, he has a good, fun, interesting story.
Yeah, and I want to let y'all know Charlamagne has a light skin count. He asked me earlier today, is that the last light skinned brother that came out of Queens?
That is true. I did ask that question. I think that's a really good question.
What's the light skin count? It's me, there's Elliot Wilson, there's Speedy.
Elliot from Queens. I forgot Elliot from Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Nori, rapper-wise.
Yeah.
He's media.
I was talking about media, though. Oh, yeah, Nori media now.
He is media.
Nori definitely
He's
media now.
media.
Yeah, you're right. No, Speedy had an interesting story about Nori, because, Speedy grew up in Left Rack.
Okay.
Well, Left Rack and somewhere else. What's the other place in Queens? He's Inglewood.
Ridgewood.
What did he say?
I don't remember. Go watch the interview. It's on the Breakfast Club YouTube page.
That's what he said. He got an interesting story. What was the story? I don't remember.
Well, listen, but hopefully Syracuse reaches out to him after this.
Hopefully.
Why would Syracuse reach out to him?
He went there.
Oh.
And he just feels like they don't be showing him no love.
He right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I know that's right. And listen, today is Wednesday, September 1st, and I'm happy to say that my coffees are in Whole Foods officially in the New York City area starting today. Coffee uplifts people. So if you go to a Whole Foods or you go online and you want to order some, we appreciate that support. It's one thing to get it in stores. It's a whole nother thing to sell it.
Hey.
That's right. Well,
it's not easy shelves to get on in there.
All right. Well, congrats. And when we come back, we got the positive notice to Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, you got a positive note?
Yes, man. The positive note is simply this. Your true work in life is to keep lifting your frequency, because everything in your life comes as a result of the vibration you are on.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?